these will be some entertaining matches for you guys.
Right, and with Source and Fogbound coming up, we have a Kaneki set first. Actually, hold on, what? Kaneki set? I must be looking at it wrong because it is an unknown set first, followed by Nurse and Mastermind. So unknown I've seen before, Nurse on Suffo 2, Mike. I actually don't know how that plays out too well, and Mastermind is pretty standard, but I think we're pretty well acquainted with Source as a region. We've kind of seen them in action, and we know what they're capable of. And they're taking this as a killer first. Actually, sorry, not as a killer first, as the survivors first. So I actually don't know what to expect from Source here because I've been predicting my 4K once on ping, but it could go completely opposite to this, and they could get out. What do you think?
I think that Source is a pretty solid survivor team, and so as long as the chases last a bit and they die in the death spots needed, in Orman Lake Mine, it's hard for the unknown to capitalize on what happens around. And we see here the first chase happening around 7. That's a good shot landing, and he's gonna go take chase Shaq, looks like. He gets injured. This is a good start for the killer so far. Shaq has to be used in a moment and to delay the down. Oh, and the shot just barely misses. The TP comes in, and that TP is a beautiful one, catching Survivor off guard. That's a relatively quick down for the unknowns, don't you think, Tavi?
Yeah, I think that chase should have lasted way longer. Gestrix, who is the Jake there, I feel like just got a little bit caught out there, but of course he's only on the first hook, so he still has a second chase to be played out once he gets unhooked. Of course, that is if he gets unhooked. But the gens are actually pumping quite a lot, and I'm not surprised at Source's very efficient gameplay here. It's actually going to be a chase onto main, but we saw there, I think, Frozen going for the unhook. But yeah, I still think that Killer's in a fairly comfortable spot here with that relatively early first down, and they have not really positioned themselves very close to the hook here, so I'm assuming that they teleport right back as soon as this happens, and that's going to be the case. Frozen gets unhooked, as we saw there, and Shaq's going to actually get pre-dropped by Frozen, and this is, look at how much distance that Gestrix has here. It's like pretty much full Shaq distance with like a smash hit as well. So this chase might be a little bit of trouble for Unknown, because there are not really any hallucinations around here, and Gestrix has so much distance. That's the first generator popping, and that's a good sign for Source, but Gestrix still doesn't have anything that strong to work with. I didn't see any fillers around here, only has his Omen tile, and he's playing this beautifully though, so let's see if he can last in this chase, Mike.
Yeah, he's done an absolutely great job surviving from Shaq with the assistance of Frozen. And it's great because the 12 gens popped, now he's able to die top, and everything works out. And he wins that pallet, and he just elects to take a tag. Gonna go use the God pallet at 11, I'm assuming. No, he sends it down none. I think he has confidence in his chase lasting, and he dodges the shot. TP comes cutting him off, and Gestrix has pulled it back for the survivors. And even though it was not the longest chase at first, you can tell that Source is an experienced team by the efficiency of triple splitting, and it was the right play to do as they're able to capitalize on the gen pressure and the ability of the chasing survivors.
That's a beautiful little flip from Gestrix. He's gonna opt to die. Actually, edge map, he has a pallet here, so he might actually just go down on it. And it seems like a short swing coming through is actually not going to secure this. That's a teleport, and Gestrix still lives through the ping. And again, this is something that I didn't talk about, but Source's SEA team and is an OCE killer, so there is a fair amount of ping coming into play here. And still, Gestrix is alive, playing out this chase on this edge map build. He even grabs a stun. Actually, hold on, there's a bit of a bug stun. And I think he's going to go down here, but this is at the cost of 3 generators for this tunnel out. And Gestrix is still alive. That's a 4th gen as well. Gestrix is really on fire. Bro, this is crazy. We might be seeing a 1-stage unknown game. I think the teleport is going to secure this, though. The gates pop. But, oh my gosh, that was one of the best unknown chases that I have seen ever. Gastrix, I don't know, he played that so beautifully and somehow is able to secure this incredible performance for Source. And they're just actually gonna leave Mike, so this might be the lowest stage performance that I've seen on Unknown for quite a while.
Yeah, I think this might be the Unknown set, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the Nurse set because um, from what you were saying, Tavi, even if it's Alexandre or Xstat playing Nurse, they're both solid players, solid killer players. I've seen Alexandre play the Nurse, the Billy before, and he got nothing short of 4Ks on those killers. So I'm excited to see the Nurse set, especially on Suffer 2. And yeah, let's see how the Unknown plays out, shall we?
Yeah. Unknown Lake Mine. I did just check the balancing. Survivors definitely do her swim burst. Just wanted to um, make sure that was the case because spin burst is going to be the key in getting pallet saves or flashlight saves. Because yeah, again, 2 stages. If you allow someone to get hooked, it seems to already be over. And Alexandre is loading in with pretty much the same build coming in. I think there's a change from the footprint to I don't know what that other green add-on is because I've only seen the green add-on footprint. But they are gonna change add-ons for Unknown pretty shortly anyway. So that's also I think the game cartridge, which is 30% after teleporting, extra action speed. And yeah, survivors actually do seem to have pretty altruistic builds on, so this is possible. And Alexandra hasn't found anyone either. We have Ellen stealthing at the top of the map here, but not really found at all. And yeah, this is already 30 seconds. The survivors have managed to nearly stealth it out. Just as I say that, it is going to be Lemon taking the first chase on main, and this could just be death, honestly, because they're zoned away. But that's a beautiful dodge to just buy a bit more time. But Alexandre doesn't care. They know that they can just wait this out and UVX pot shot this pallet, and that's gonna be last second onto this. This is just great gameplay watching this. But at least our survivors have time to get chased, and yeah, that's more and more time being bought for Lemon to just play out this pallet. So I don't know. It's if you have to pull out the jukes here, why not try it on a 2-stage game?
Yeah, this is a very interesting chase that I'm watching. A lot of standing still, trying to dodge the UVXs. Lemon finally gets tagged on the pallet after attempts of check spotting it. Dying one isn't even bad in this scenario. All the corruptions must have been near top, so one must be a safer option to die at. And as we say that ping hit does go through the L wall, and we see a down that, in comparison to the first down from last game, taking a bit longer as the first gen pops before the first hook even happens. No pallet save attempts, which is unfortunate, but there must be some altruism setting up soon to be able to get Lemon off the hook and prevent further hooks.
Wow, and that's actually beautiful. That's 2 generators popping for this first chase. I mean, no doubt that they doubled at least like 2 of them, at least both of them at some point. But it's still a bit of work to be done. We do find the stealther here for the unhook just around the midsection, and this is a bit of trouble actually because Alexandre is not really interested in the dun line. He just knows that a 3-stage win condition means 3 hooks onto any 3 survivors is good enough. So this Vittorio will be the next target here. Actually, he's playing out this small little rock, really good awareness, but he still gets hit by the UVX. I think he's just getting down, but it's going to be on the pallet. No, it's not actually. They make it through the pallet, and Sling is just playing this out. Does lose a 50-50 though, and will go down. So I don't think anyone's here for the flashlight save, which will mean that Alexandre can secure the second hook. So just 1 hook away from victory, which seems really, really likely. But again, if Fogbound can set up like a really good series of pallet saves from here on, it could be extremely possible to to make this game go out the full distance without giving away a hook. It is going to be Ghosty taking the UVX to the back end. Unfortunately, I think they're just going to give away an M1 or a UVX shot here, and Alexandre is just going to take it and pursue this chase. So survivors, again, they still have a huge ton of work to do. This chase has to last a very, very long time, but with that pallet being dropped, I think, Mike, I think that's going to be it. I don't think they can stop this hook from coming through. So Source is going to take the unknown set.
Yeah, that last hook secures the three stages compared to the one fresh 3 stages. So that is the unknown set going to Source. That was a good effort watching the survivors try to extend the chase as long as possible. But it's really hard to play around a 3-stage win con since the killer can commit anyone. And even if the killer wanted, they can just sit on the hook for the entire duration and just kill the trades that comes in. It's just a very difficult win con to try to beat. But as we watch the game, Alexandre has a really good top mid hook position. It allows him to just snipe the gens, constantly pressuring survivors off it. And it really delays the gen progression that they can be capitalizing on for the hook. And I'm sure the survivors, even though they know the result by now, they're trying to play for the best result. And yeah, you see a double save happening actually. And oh, that's beautiful. Double save just barely comes through. Alexandre goes to commit the second hook onto Lemon, and unfortunately there's no pallet around that little tank, and he's gonna take a free infection, is he? Oh, the pallet gets dropped, and yeah, Slingers is doing a good job not giving a tag right away. It's a difficult pallet to play on ping, as we've all experienced before at one point. Alexandre is just hitting every UVX shot. It's just very difficult to recover from the pressure that Alexandre is able to provide. Oh, and that was a very close flashlight save actually, as we see the Kate run away, Vish going back to the gen to try put some progress on it. And yeah, I think this is just a very good showing of a killer performance from Alexandre on the unknown.
Yeah, Alexandre, I think, had maybe a couple of fumbles at the start. I feel like that first chase did take a little bit long, but definitely has recovered it here. Gets a nice little shot here onto the gate, and just going to continue this out. Knows that the teleports here, tries to go for the UVX, does get it, does shoot into the back of Vish, and that's going to be the chase going on to 3. I think this is the third fresh hook, or the fourth fresh hook? Wait, one of the two, for sure. A prediction shot, I think, okay, went behind, and it seems like they got sniped just at the last pixel at this short wall gym. That's very unfortunate, because I'm sure that they were very, very, like, very, very far away from that wall, because, you know, ping things make hits happen. But yeah, that's the fourth fresh coming through, no pain res, fortunately for our survivors. But they have managed to recover. I think that was clean break on our Vittorio activating. So they have pretty much fully reset everyone at this point, which is very nice to see. But again, Alexandre has, I think, 5 hooks here with 3 gens left. So anyone is a potential target, of course. Ellen, Lemon is a prime target, being on death hook. But currently, I think Alexandre would just take any chase that he does see. So currently just heading, like, holding this midsection, knows that the top side is still very, very good 3 gen available. And yeah, it's kind of zoning out survivors and doesn't see anyone just as of yet. But if Fogbound does the same thing and goes for that last minute trade, which I think, again, like Mike, it was very beautiful, and I think pretty underrated, that 2-man save, or 2-woman save, I should say. If they do go for that, then I would expect there to be someone coming in right now. Maybe a Vittorio gets the clean break just in time. But it seems like no, they're just a little bit far away, and okay, he's gonna hit the second stage. So teleport comes through. Alexandre's just gonna head away to this generator. It does catch on Nia and the Vittorio, but Vittorio should be healed very, very shortly, surely, unless they don't get it through. And that is very unfortunate, because clean break would have been a huge resource to save there. But at least the topside gen does pop, so I think the 3 gen or 4 gen is now gone.
Yeah, Alexandre has a pretty oppressive topside gens, and it's been pressuring the survivors really well. just with the hooks near the actives and being able to pressure it with an unknown's UVX. They did good to get out of that situation without further tags, with the two survivors being caught out of positioning. And for a second there, when Alexandre TP'd after Vish hit second stage, I kind of panicked because I thought he TP'd on Vittoria's cleansing TP. So I thought Vittoria was just tapped there, and he just gets just shy of that shot landing. Beautiful shot from Alexandre. Very patient with the shots. If anyone wants to take any unknown tips, it's be patient with your shots. It's working out really well for Alexandre. Catches the pull perfectly, but misses on the tag. I think he might just go for a UVX tag and go back to tunnel the Vittoria, it seems. Oh no, he's just committing. No, he is deciding to go back for the tunnel. If he's able to get a 3v1 in this instance, it might spell bad news for Fogbound here, because 3v1 would make it really difficult to get into the match from here on out with such low gen pressure, especially with all the gens being topside.
Yeah, and there's still, with this death coming through, there's still that, like, kind of 3-gen lurking here on the top. Actually, kind of like 4-gen with the mid as well. And it seems like Nia's being caught out here, so it's unfortunate UVX being infected onto Ghosty as they head away from the main. They do have light available, so they might be able to get away from this, but it is going to be difficult because, as we know, on ping, stuff like this can happen again. Another pretty much, like, I would say, cross-map shot from Alexandre, which is, I think, the third of this trial. Very, very beautiful coming through, but it is going to be a little flare from Lemon to keep this pace from going for too long. And sorry, what did I say? Sorry, I meant to try and avoid the shots. And now Alexandre is seeming to hit everything. So I don't know if Island can last. At least they're making it difficult for Alexandre, and it's an attempted shot, but it's going to miss. So I don't know if Lemon can last here. Again, we're playing 50s on a palette, which is, on ping is pretty much impossible. So it will go down, but they're actually doubling that 4th gen in the background. So I think they might just be able to pop main and call it a day with 4K1, which is still a very solid result. Again, it is something I saw plenty of one season ago. So yeah, well played to Fogbound, I'd say, because I've not seen them play, and I think there's a nice performance against one of their more respected teams, which is Source. So, Source, though, going to be confident going into this nurse set, 1 set point up, and I'm not sure who plays a nurse. As we were saying before, probably Xtap or Alexandre, just based on my assumption from the 2 previous teams they're playing on. But whatever it's going to be really, really nail-biting gameplay, because they picked it. They know they're going to be very, very confident on the set. And yeah, we'll just have to see how that plays out. Unfortunately, Vittoria does get mind game here, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Nia's gen really isn't too close, so we'll have to see what he can cook here on this top side, rotating to the bot side of the map. I don't know how many fillers he has left. I know there's the double filler available, and they do make the vault, so maybe can make it towards the edge map, but it's just playing 50s and will go down. So seems like it is just going to be pretty much secured 4K1 for Alexandre. Again, very nice performance for Alexandre, and well done to Fogbound, but nurse set will be the critical one for them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right here. 4K1 is the repeated result that we do see in OCE quite often, especially on ping. It's not a result to have your heads held down for. I'm not sure if that's the saying. Oh, and we see the hatch escape.
But I know the gen splits can be pretty bad, so maybe Fogbound will be able to identify that quickly and get out of that. But we're loading into the lobby, so hopefully things go well. We can load in and see what kind of exhaustions as well our survivors have. Mike as well, I kind of wanted to bring this up, but is Balance Landing a good pick
On Suffo 2, you're asking?
Yeah, on Suffolk too, because I don't think it's the best, right?
I think balance is it's a decent option if you maybe try pair it with dead hard or with an overcome to guarantee some form of value. Because you always have the guaranteed main that you can stagger off of to guarantee the exhaustion. And we know there are two possible hill spawns. And if there is a hill spawn where the bottom gens are, that we can clearly see is a very tight 3 gen.
Oh
Then
yeah.
yep, the hill is right there. So it'll be a perfect gen for a balanced player to sit on, and they can always escape the 3 gen. We see Overcome, we see Life, see the Dead Hard, and I don't think we see a balanced actually. That might be to their disadvantage. We'll see further on though as Xstat finds the stealth. He
Yeah.
finds it in his 3 gen as well. This is actually a really good tag. He doesn't allow them to escape from the mid, and he dies in the 3 gen. Even though it is the corrupt, so it's not the end of the world. It is still not a good hook to not good place to die at. The mid place is very easy for the nurse to capitalize on, and they have to be dying top all the time now. They have to focus on the 3 gen, popping the bottom 3 gen. Otherwise, this will be a likely 4K after seeing that quick chase.
Yeah, I do notice now the gen spread is much more sparse to the top side of the map. You can just see here the red is, much further apart, and that does raise a good point as well with death spots. You can see there, Xstep has brought in the choice of Iron Grasp, which, look, I know all you all out there are like, what the hell is Iron Grasp doing on a set like Nurse? But I'm gonna tell you, Iron Grasp makes it much worse for the survivors. If they die out of position, Iron Grasp can just mean that they go completely to a new hook. Like, so one extra hook into the bin map, which makes it much more difficult um, for the survivors to rotate. Or similarly, they can make it one further into the map. And it seems like Sable's going to get caught out here, and next up is going to get a bit of a slugfest going on. Didn't actually care about tunneling out, because seeing that second survivor, I think, did sort of, prompt this slugfest to happen. And you do find the tunnel out now, and they take the tag through this. Unbreakable is going to be used on our Ellen, and I don't know if our Nia has anything too special here. Maybe the Dead Hard will come through, but it's too early. They Dead Hard too early, and I don't think we will have any more resources to last. So that is most likely just going to be a second hook stage for free for Xtap, and this is looking really strong for them right now because not one generator has popped yet. I don't really think a Deliverance being active is going to be too much of a payoff for Survivor side because they still have to recover from the slugs. And yeah, look at this. Xtap has managed to potentially even cut off the survivors here from getting away, but luckily they do. I think that's life being propped, and Nia's still on that same hook from before, I think, or maybe one further up. So Xtap is going to be happy to just camp out this death, look for this 4K, and play out the 3v1. But we're not there yet. The Nia, of course, still has the Dead Heart available once unhooked, and there's still a couple of resources left in the pockets of Fogbound to try and extend this. But right now it's looking like real bad, like panic time, because yeah, 5 gens still left. Xtap's got eruption on a lot of them. It's yeah, it's not looking great.
Yeah, you can see how well versed Xtap is on their chosen killer, the nurse. He's able to have the confidence in slugging 2 survivors and still finding the tunnel out and securing that. And allowing this trade here, even though that's the only option they have, it might have just been better to let Nia Vish, not the Nia Vish, Nia Ghosty, just die on hook as they get more gen pressure. A slugfest really forced them to have to reset and prevented any form of gen pressure accumulating. And
Oh,
that was the beautiful patience, as you can see, of X-Stap's nurse. He's able to have that pinpoint first blink to be able to force the survivor to panic and use their dead hard. And it's a lose-lose scenario, especially on ping, as and that is just a beautiful interruption onto the gen. Oh, this is real ping grim for the survivors of Fogbound. If they don't recover and they allow Xtap to do whatever he pleases, this is looking very much to be a 4K3. And there's not going to be much they can do about it, as Xtap just has the map to himself, has the perfect hill mid just to secure everything, all the line of sight, being able to finds the stuff as well. Xtap not missing a single beat in this entire game so far, being able to get the downs, find the stealths, prevent the unhooks. He's doing an excellent job on his killer. And you can see now our source is very confident in his killer. Slugs,
And
Lemonetic, and yeah, I'll let you finish what you're gonna say, Tavi, as this is not looking the best.
I have no idea what Fogbound are doing. I guess they were pumping the gens, but pumping the gens was not enough because they did not get another one done. I think next up goes for the swing, but it's slightly short. I don't know. X-Tap's kind of just capitalize on whatever mistakes the survivors made because it does not seem obvious at all to me. But I guess yeah, it's just gonna be the last chase, 4K4, so one generator above what Mr. Mike was predicting here. As X-Tap goes to the swing, Jake is putting on a bit of a show, but I don't know, like X-Tap's blinks are just so precise and like mechanical. Like he just made it in time. Like I don't even. Okay, number one, how did what clues were given away at Shack? I do not. I don't know what kind of inhuman sense X-Tap had at Shack to find Ellen stealthing, and then also that beautiful like double blink to secure the tunnel out. Like just all these like perfect micros on this make this 4K4, and I think Fogbound's got one of the impossible tasks ahead of them, but they're gonna have to try their best to try and meet it because they are one set down. So, yeah, 4K4. I don't think I've seen. Maybe XR got a 4K3 fairly recently, but still, this is an incredible result on this. So yeah, we'll have to see what Fogbound can do about it.
Yeah, I think this 4K4 is the highest result we'll see this season, unless there is a huge upset like last season's JD on the Bubba 4K5ing. But as we can see, Xtap is very well versed on the nurse, and yeah, the experience just shows he's able to understand the macro decisions that the survivors need to make at the moments, positioning as survivors. If you know the nurse has the ability to get free tags and be able to find resets really quickly, you really have to play slow, play careful, go all the way fully top to be able to reset. That was one of the mistakes we saw from Fogbound, not going fully top, being able to reset and getting caught out there. And yeah, experience definitely helps, especially when it comes down to all the little macro decisions made, being able to like extend the chase by just holding W to a death spot, delays the hook, forces a bad hook position, forces difficult gen pressure from the killer. And yeah, overall, survivors are in control when it comes to the nurse set, but it really has to be played carefully and methodically to be able to guarantee the good result. And we see Alexandre get found for the first chase, and he is taking chase around on the bottom side. And he's doing really well to evade line of sight and make the killer double guess themselves there, fully committing on the blink. Alexandre double backing perfectly. He does decide to leave his first chase, assuming it's gonna be a dead hard decisive, and goes to try find another gen being progressed to be able to pressure a different survivor. If anything, Phoenix cannot chase the DS player, and so I think this isn't the worst decision. However, he does have to make a quick chase of whatever other survivor he finds. We do see Alexandre on the DS, and so it does make sense. And yeah, we see Frozen taking a hit, going to Shaq, taking the distance that he has, and he does evade the second blink. Perfect pathing, just taking his distance where he could, taking a line of sight. This is how you play against the nurse. Good double back, but Phoenix does see it at the last second. Even though he dies at 3 near an active gen, he did extend it to where a gen should be popping soon.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's main popping or like kind of that shallow 10 area, yeah, they double main. Right, so that is going to be the tie condition for Source, and they also had another gen pretty, pretty substantially progressed, maybe 30 or 40%. So, Phoenix does have to watch out for that. Lollipop comes in. I'm assuming they're trying to make the death on the bot side for this, but, um, yeah, I think, yeah, Phoenix has a very, very difficult task. Even though it's just chasing a player with only the exhaustion and no DS. It's gonna be hard. We can see Alexandre was on the bot gen. Frozen goes for the live play, actually manages to work. Phoenix not expecting that, goes for the swing, and now Frozen can make it all the way to this bot side, which is what we would normally call a death trap, but actually doesn't make it. So that's nice blinks by Phoenix, and this is again kind of the problems of this map where you can't really rotate that well throughout the map, and the line of sight blockers don't really work too well. So Phoenix is going to be able to drag this back to this top side, but I don't really know if it's going to matter because the gens just seem to be too spread out here. Phoenix just has to be everywhere at the same time, and our survivors can just stealth like this. You see this gen's high progress, but no one's near it. They can just stealth like this, and Phoenix is just going to slowly lose the battle of attrition in terms of you can't drop a gen, but then, you have to like try and secure a tunnel out for 3v1, and then you have to kill everyone, so it's really hard. And yeah, I think Alexandre is just going to be able to pop this generator uncontested and secure Source's victory. But Unhook does come through. FTP as well coming through from Mr. Gapow, and now Frozen is in a beautiful spot. It's actually heading to the bot side now with all this cross map distance, and yeah, that's going to be the win for Source coming through in the nurse set. So yeah, nicely done by Source. I feel like they kind of mucked up the start a bit with Frozen going down in the top side generator setup, but it didn't really matter anyway. They're still in a really solid spot now, and Frozen is still playing out his final chase here with a light still available. So hopefully he can make a juice out of this. I know Frozen's got one of the nastiest Steve farthings ever. But it seems like he's just gonna do the same on Nia. This is beautiful stuff from Frozen, Mike.
Yeah, you can see Frozen is making the most of what he can, forcing the chase bot side, so his team's able to do the rest of the gens for his death uncontested. And you can just see the macro difference between the survivor sets. You can see how they force the chase away from the free gen. They force the chase to be dropped on the DS as well. Having like those textbook starts where you force the DS chase first on S tiers, it's really important. And if the killer decides to ignore it, especially with a tough win con, it delays a lot of time where they haven't gotten any value. And we can see here Frozen dies Edge. Does a wonderful job going down in a very, very timely manner, as his team is left with one gen left. And Alexandre going for a bit of a fun firecracker save. He knows that his team's got it under wraps, and so he is free to pressure the killer. Alexandre just wants to get chased in general, because if he does, I think this might actually secure like a 6th stage for the survivor side. if it goes all according to plan. The macro and the survivors have been good, and Kapow getting found stealth. Alexandria trying to bait the killer, but Phoenix doesn't fall for it. Gets a timely down, and I think yeah, Phoenix is looking a bit better in the 3v1, even though the gens are pumping. They still have Deli up, and Iron Grasp does make it a pain as he drags it really close to the active, like the absolutely high progressed active. And yeah.
What? Oh, second win, second win. I think that's gonna not book right. Oh my god, what is going on? I think Source is just having a bit of a play just after this, yeah, having a bit of fun. But they've already won, of course, so it's nice to see them have a bit of a joking around. But it's maybe gonna be no, it's Alexandre being chased next, I believe, around this, and still making it work around this eye wall. So somehow, okay, he gets M1, which is not ideal, but again, I don't think it matters too much. He's actually gonna make it all the way to this bot side, and I don't know if Phoenix is gonna chase this. Seems like they're looking back towards the shack area and doesn't want this 12 to pop, so it'll be Gestrix taking the next chase. Trying to make the best of the situation, but I think we just saw him walking away here. I can see this big burst being primed and ready, but Phoenix unfortunately misses that prediction blink, so Gestrix is going to be able to get away from those two blinks, and Phoenix has to kind of look out for Gapow now, because Gapow was around this area, gets a stun. I don't know if that matters too much, but again, it's nice little show for Gapow. They're actually doubling this generator. What are they doing, man? The field day.
You can see Sauce is just having fun playing the match. It's all in good spirit, of course. They don't mean any harm intent towards playing a bit less traditional, because they just know they're gonna pop the gen, and they're able to secure a good result. You can see Gestrix running in for the pull, and Alexandria 99ing that gen to bait the nurse in, and that was a really nice attempt of baiting nurse in. And I don't know exactly what's happening here. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's very annoying to watch happen. It's hard to tell what's happening, but yeah, it looks like he's chasing Gestrix, and I think he's leaving Gestrix now. We're just seeing the invisible woman trying to kill the survivors right now.
What is going on? Is Gapal being chased, or is... Oh, okay. Gestrix is being chased. The spectator mob finished. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's gonna secure 5 stages, is it? I think because Gestrix didn't get hooked. Okay, Gapal goes down, so this will most likely be 7 stages of Phoenix, assuming that Gapal doesn't get picked up. And it's actually gonna find Alexandre, so 7 stages. Yeah, solid performance on Source, I feel. They definitely could have secured less, but 7 stages is more than enough. On the other hand, Fogbound, I think, should be happy taking 7 stages away on Nurse against Source under any circumstances. I think is a W. So seems like it's going to be the end of the trial. I think Gestrix was body blocking to try and go for the deli save on Kapow, and just having a little bit of hook optimization here as the gate does get open. No, it's not even open yet, and we're just having a Swift with friends.
Oh, just barely misses the dead hard. He would have gotten the endurance effect anyways, but yeah, Alexandria manages to open the gate. The survivors are playing for their best result, trying to not let any more stages get out, and they're currently putting a lot of pressure on the nurse. And Gapow just holding that corner beautifully, forcing the nurse to do a 50. Will he be behind the wall, or will he W? Gestrix has the SB ready in the corner to bait the the blink, but I think despite all efforts, he will at least get one more hook. And Phoenix should be happy that he forces the survivors' hands by not letting any more outs happen more than two. Yeah, he is his match is currently being delayed with the attempt of trying to get a three-man out. And to be fair, if any team want to do it, Source is a very, very good team experience. And we see Alexandre spinning Phoenix on the second link. Alexandre just juicing on what seems to be nothing, allowing the survivors to. And he juices on the Z wall. Oh my god, Alexandre. Alexandre. He allows Gestrix to crawl out as well. Will he also manage to escape? He is putting on a generational performance right now. This is the most entertaining set I've ever watched. Oh my god, oh my
No.
god, he nearly made it. Oh my god, that was so close to being probably OSL's top chase of the season if he managed to out that.
Top goofy
That
moments
was a
of the
very,
season.
very fun end game to watch.